Welcome back to the Daily Move. Yesterday we did a flow style mobility workout and I thought we would repeat that for today's workout as well. Let me know your thoughts if you like this kind of style. It's definitely more of a rhythm that I'm used to doing for my own workout. I don't like doing a lot of repetitive things, even though there's a time and a place for that. I kind of just like moving my body in a bunch of different directions, getting it ready for the day, and then carrying on. So we're gonna start pretty gentle here. We're starting in a forward fold. So I want you to tuck your chin down and you're gonna slowly start rolling down towards the ground. Take your time here. We're gonna do this 3 times, going nice and slow. And when you come up, just make sure that you go into a little bit of a back bend, opening up the chest and back down. On this last one here, we're gonna stay down. And then what you're gonna do is just allow those arms to get really heavy. And then you're gonna walk or move over to one side. And then it's like you've got a bow and arrow. You're gonna lift that elbow up towards the ceiling, creating that twist. Coming back down, we're gonna switch sides. Create that bow and arrow arch up towards the ceiling. And back down. We're gonna do 3 aside here. So you should be feeling this along your lats, which is your side body, so right along here. So staying with this theme, you're gonna roll on up. So now we're gonna punch to the other side. So we're gonna punch one way. Then you're gonna let that arm drop down. You're gonna create a circle through the center. Come back up, bring that elbow up, stand back up. So that arm that just led you up, you're gonna punch, come back down, up, punch the ceiling again. Again, we're going to go for 6 repetitions, 3 aside. All right, that's 3. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna touch your toes. You're gonna go into a squat. Hands are touching the ceiling. You're gonna stand on up. So down towards the ground, go into a squat, reach for the ceiling, come back up. So now you're gonna stay down into your squat. And we're just moving from side to side, warming up those ankles, warming up the knees. So next you're gonna go into a low squat. Your feet are planted on the ground and you're gonna open up the knees. So the knees are touching, they come through. Push them open and back, making sure that those feet stay on the ground for 3 repetitions. Once you've done 3, now the ankles are gonna come with it. So as I push my knees in, I'm actually going to allow my ankles to collapse inwards, allow the ankles to move out, and then back. We've got 3 of those now. So now we're gonna reverse it. So we were going to the front like this, now we're gonna come backwards. Again, the feet are staying planted as we do this, so it's a little bit of a smaller circle. Once you've done 3, we're gonna let those ankles come in to make that a bigger, more exaggerated motion. Okay, once you've done 3, we're gonna go into a lunge now. We'll lunge in a can opener. So you're gonna take one leg, step it back. The one that's in front, that arm is gonna come in. The opposite arm is gonna go up. So I'm going into a lunge and then I'm twisting, feeling a big stretch right here, coming back up, switching sides. So again, this knee is in front, this arm, same arm, is gonna come through and then back up. Now, I call this a can opener because I remember my can opener kind of looking like that a little bit. You know, you got a little claw, you grab the soup can, and then you open it up. So that's 3 aside. Let's go 5 aside. Just really open that up. Okay, come on down to the ground. It's okay to grab something that's more plushy onto the knees. You're gonna take one leg out to the side here. And all you're gonna do is just rotate the toes up to the ceiling and then bring them back down. So here's my leg bone here, you can't really see it. I'm turning it up towards the ceiling, coming back down. So just 3 of those, then you're gonna plant it, and I'm gonna move my body back and forth, and you should be feeling it right here into that adductor. Switch sides, we're gonna do the same thing. So first we're gonna twist that foot up towards the ceiling and back down. And then we're gonna move back and forth. Next, we're gonna go into a tadpole position, which means that our toes are touching in the back, and then you're leaning back, feeling a good stretch into those adductors. So what we're gonna do here as we're laying here is a cat-cow. So I'm pushing my spine up towards the ceiling, and then I'm letting my chest sink into the ground. You're gonna perform that 3 times. Now see if you can sink any further into that tadpole. So now we're gonna come out into frog, and that just means that our feet are out to the side now. You're leaning down. Now be gentle with your body here. And I'm just leaning back with my hips and then coming forward. Just feeling a little bit more of a stretch there. Now, leaning forward, so come out of the position a little bit. You're gonna rotate your leg up, come back down. You're gonna push those hips back, come forward, rotate the other leg up, come back down. I'm gonna do that from the side just so you can see. So you're into this frog position. Lean back first. As you come forward, that's when you're gonna rotate the leg up, bring it back down, lean back, and then to the other side. Okay, so that would have been 2 aside, 1 more side. Remember to breathe through this. So now we're gonna go into a kneeling position. So one leg is out in front. You're gonna lean forward, feeling a stretch here. And then you're gonna have your leg out to the side, and then you're gonna lean down. So I'm leaning forward, leg out to the side, leading away. So I'm going away from the stretched out leg. So now we're gonna add in the torso. So as you lean forward, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the arm that's inside there, you're gonna bring it down towards the ground. You're gonna open up that knee, come back. Now with that leg out to the side and you're leaning out, you're gonna take your arms and you're gonna side bend your body towards that straight leg. Back up. And we've got 3 of these. Okay, so we're gonna switch sides there. So the first one has nothing to do with your torso. You're just leaning forward, feeling a stretch here. Bringing that leg out, feeling a stretch right here into the adductor. So performing this 3 times before we get that upper body involved. So now I'm into this stretch here and I'm gonna open up my knee. Then with this leg out to the side, feel that stretch. Grab the hands behind the back and then you're gonna side bend towards the leg that's straight. We've got 3 of those. Make sure you feel that stretch before you add in that side bend. So this should be number 3. So for this next stretch, it's very similar to what we just did. So you're on your all fours, you're gonna take one leg out to the side. The arm that has the leg that's out to the side is going to do a swimmer. What I mean by that is your arm is gonna come up like this, kind of like you're doing a backstroke. Your whole body is gonna twist open, creating that twist, planting that hand back down, and then we're gonna do an archer on this side. So as if you've got a bow and arrow, you're gonna take that elbow up towards the ceiling and I'm twisting away from that straight leg. Then we're gonna switch legs, do the same thing. So that leg is out to the side. You're gonna create that swimmer. And then you're gonna arch away. And when I say arch, I mean archery, because it kind of looks like you're pulling a bow and arrow back. Now, if you want on the second one, with the swimmer, we can go backwards and forwards. So you're going towards and back. And then if you want, you can bring the arm back up. You can get a double circle. Totally up to you. I just realized I did the wrong arm. And then you want to create that arch. So we're doing 3 aside here. That's 2 aside. So the next one, we're gonna start off in a bear position. So that's on all fours like so. And a bear position just means that our knees are slightly elevated. So with our knees slightly elevated, this arm and this leg, so alternate, are going to leave so that we can twist onto our backs. So you're here, we're gonna twist through, and then you're just gonna open up the chest and then come through. So we're just practicing this
because we need this for our next move. So go ahead, give that a shot. You're up on all fours. Opposite hand, opposite leg leave. Get a nice little chest stretch while you're here. All right, we're gonna add to this. So you're in this bear position. You switch over into tabletop. The arm that just left is going to lift up towards the ceiling. You're gonna get a nice stretch in the front of the body. Come back down. That same arm is what's going to make you twist over. We're gonna repeat that on the other side. Twist, lift up. That's 2, we're going for 6. Okay, that's 6. So next you're gonna want a wall. So with the wall, you're gonna have your leg that's closest to the wall up there. And then you're going to take your arm here. I want you to reach up like a rainbow and come back. So reach up like a rainbow. We're gonna do 3. And now with the arm closest to the wall, we're gonna do the same thing. So you're creating that rainbow with that twist. We're gonna switch sides, same thing. So closest knee to the wall is up, in front. The other one you're just lunging on. Opposite hand is creating that rainbow. Once you've done 3, you're going to switch sides. Come out of that. So next we're going to go into a low squat. You're going to transfer towards the side. You're going to plant your further arm first, then the second one. You're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. I want you to cross one leg over the other and sit back down. So we're going to do that again. So I'm going to switch over, hand, cross my foot over into a squat. We're going to do a total of 6 here. So we'll count that as 1, 6. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sway from one side to the other side. So next here, onto your knees like so. What you're gonna do is you're gonna fall to one side, catch yourself, and then kick the opposite leg over. So I'm nice and strong through my core as I fall over. My leg is up, I'm gonna kick, come back to center. So as I fall, now the tighter this is, the lighter it's going to be onto that hand. You don't want to ever create a shoulder injury by crashing onto it. And this is learning how to control it using your core to be able to do that. So nice and tight, hold it, hold it, hold it. And you can see actually I can hover if I'm doing it correctly. If I just fall, that's gonna put a lot of stress into that shoulder. So my core is nice and tight as I tip and then gently land. Nice and tight and tip and gently land. Let's do a couple more. I really like this drill. So next we're going to go into a side plank. So in this side plank, every time we lift our hips up, I want that knee to come up as well, but then also we're going to add in the arm. So if you want and you have a band, I like to loop the band around my elbow, or sorry, around my forearm, so before it hits the elbow. So that way, when I come up, I can actually roll that arm up as well. So let's do 8 on this side. Now this one's really easy to get it up into the neck. So make sure you've got good alignment here. And if you're feeling it in the neck, take away the arm. You can still lift on up without the band. We're gonna switch sides. So again, I'm lifting up my hips and then opening up my knees. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking the band and I'm taking my elbow and bringing it up to the ceiling as if I'm punching someone behind me. 2, 4. So next we're gonna do an alternating lunge with a far reach. So I'm gonna lunge back, gonna take the arm with the leg that's extended backwards, and I'm reaching really, really far. So here and reaching. So we're gonna do 6 aside here. So next what you're gonna do is you're gonna squat down, but when you stand up, one hand's going to the ceiling, the other one's going to the floor, and you're gonna pick up a knee. So you're gonna squat down, reach up. Squat down, reach up. This is too easy for you. Try to go up onto your toe when you explode up, but you only gotta do that if you're not wobbly. So down and up, kind of like you're climbing a ladder, keeping that core nice and tight at the top. So the next one, you're gonna need a red band. We're gonna do a penguin walk. So depending on how much slack there is in the rope will determine how hard it is. Obviously, the more taut, the more difficult it's going to be. So your legs are just a little bit more than hip distance apart. And I'm just walking forward. and backwards afterwards. Once I get to my starting position, I'm going to start kicking out to the side. So once you've done 8 aside, we're going to go back to that walk. So you're going to walk forward again. Nice tight core, nice tight glutes. And then you're going to kick out to the side. Second round, it's always harder. I'm going to have to actually loosen it up a little bit. That's the nice thing about the band. All right, get rid of that band. Your legs should feel like jelly now. So with the band, now we need to find something we can loop it through where it's not going to move on us. So you're gonna take that band, loop it through something that you feel secure on. You're gonna lay on your stomach, and what we're gonna do is a Superman row. So what you're doing here is you're lifting up the legs, you're lifting up the torso, you're looking at your target, and you're squeezing backwards and holding, and then slowly letting go. We're gonna do this 8 times. On the 8th one, just hold it for 8 seconds. And 1, good job. So next, you're gonna flip onto your back here. You're going into a bridge position, but your arms are straight up towards the ceiling. So I'm lifting up like so, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to try to lift up one side and then land on the elbow on the other side. So I'm rotating my body, creating a twist, and I'm turning. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna lift up my opposite leg to meet me into the center there. So my arms are here, lifting up my hips. I'm gonna start rotating and twisting, and then I'm gonna lift up one knee back down. Let's do one more each side. Next, you're gonna need the band. You're gonna place it around. So it's around my knees like this. We're doing a band walk, but we're gonna change it from the standard band walk. So usually with a band walk, you're gonna squat and you're making steps like so. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna go onto the knife edges of our feet. So we're squatting down, we're going out, and what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna create a 360 circle. Okay, other way. Really pushing those knees out. You're really gonna feel this in the glutes. Once you've made your full circle, take off that band. Keep it handy though, because we're gonna do a couple sets on that one. You're gonna cross one leg over the other. You're gonna see if you can squat down. Doesn't matter how far you go. If you get all the way to the ground, great. We're gonna do 3 on one side. And 3 on the other. So again, I'm on the outer edges of my feet as I do this. Okay, grab that band again. So you're pushing those knees out, get into that squat. Now you're onto the edges of your foot and you're creating a circle. Once you've made it all the way around, switch directions. Okay, you're gonna get rid of that band. 3 more squats with each leading leg. If you wanna have some fun, you can actually turn around and switch your legs each time. So for this next one, we're gonna pretend that we're walking on a straight line here or a tightrope. And what we're gonna do is as we walk forward, I want you to lunge down, touch the ground. So you're on a tightrope wire and you're going down to the ground each time. If you want to make it harder, you can just stay low. Make it a little easier, you can stand up each time. Once you finish your room, you're gonna head backwards doing the same thing. Again, make it harder, just stay low. So now you're gonna grab some space here. You're gonna roll back and then you're gonna do a hip thruster up. So you're gonna roll onto your back. When you come up, take this leg, put it underneath so then you can stand on up. You're gonna hip thrust, so grab the glutes, come back down. You're gonna roll, switch sides. Let's do 4 a side, 8 in total. We'll start the counter at 1 here. All right, we're gonna start a cool down now. Great job. Let's bring the feet in, bring those knees out, catching the breath a little bit. So now we're gonna create body circles here. So I'm going to lean towards one knee, I'm gonna start leaning forward, other side, pulling back, so using my feet as an anchor so I can round my back. Other direction, same thing. one leg is out straight, the other one's going to be crossed over. I'm going to pull my knee in towards my chest, and then I'm going to do a light little twist here. Back to center, repeat that twist. Once more, go back to center, repeat that twist. So next you're going to cross one leg over the other. You're going to bend that leg. You're going to feel this into the glute. So I'm going to use my foot on the bottom here to lift up, feel a more intense stretch, and relax. So now I'm going to bend that knee, have this leg on top, and I'm going to lean forward to feel a stretch into the glute of the leg that's on top. We're going to switch sides. So cross that leg over, pull that knee into the chest, and relax. So now you're going to create that twist. Back to center, go back into that twist, try to go a little further than before. Last one. So you're going to bend that bottom leg, feeling a stretch into the glute, and I'm using my opposite leg just to kind of move in and out of that position a little bit more intensely. Drop that leg down. Nice tall spine, you're leaning forward, feeling it again on the leg that's on top. Next, we're gonna feel a stretch into the shoulders here. So you're gonna find a wall, place your hand on it. My palms are going down, and then I'm going to move my body away from it. So you should feel a stretch right here. You can play with different angles just to see where you feel it the most. Switch sides. So this time we're going to get a pec stretch. So now my elbow is bent, and then I'm leaning into it and away. So now I'm feeling it more into the front of my torso there, up by my collarbone. Switching sides, same thing. So lastly, you're going to go into a child's pose position. So you're back here. You're going to create a spinal wave. So I'm tucking my tail underneath in order to start creating a wave. I'm going to come on through into a little bit of a cobra, so a little bit of a back bend. Once you're in this position here, we're going to do anything that we want with our neck. So you can rotate your neck, you can side bend your neck, you can flex and extend your neck. Wherever it feels tight, we're going to start letting that go. And then in order to come back, you're going to tuck that chin down, creating that wave in reverse. So I'm pressing up, going back into that child's pose. We're going to do that one more time. Tuck that tailbone under. And then move that neck around, feeling a good stretch. Again, to come back out, you're going to tuck that chin, press the floor away, go back into that child's pose. Well, thank you again for joining me for another daily move. Again, I'm always open for some suggestions. Let me know if you like this style. This is more the style that I would normally do in order to keep myself mobile. But again, I'm making these videos for my audience, for you guys. So anything that is bothering you, if you let me know in the comments, I'll address that and make a video for you. Have an excellent day. Bye, guys.